Could you tell me, you've heard about it on the news, do you know what their demands are, what they're talking about? Do you know what the issues
It's Insulate. It's a group called Insulate Britain, and they're requesting better insulation for people's homes.
They're on about the homes need to be insulated better because it's a significant way to improve or start to stop climate change. As climate change progresses, more lives are going to be impacted by it. And also, if you insulate people's homes, there is less likely of them dying of cold-related problems as the winter progresses.
I agree with better insulating people's homes, but I don't agree with the methods of protest.
Well, everyone's got a right to protest, haven't they? Yeah, that's all. Yeah, if they want to protest, then protest.
I think the only tricky thing about that kind of protest for me is that if there's an ambulance trying to get somewhere.
Like a lot of people, I think it's an admirable objective. If you irritate people too much in your actions to achieve that objective, it makes people step back from it.
If they're doing the right thing, so be it. If it works out to be the right thing, but who's to say that it is? Because it's a work in progress at the minute, isn't it? So what you're going to do, they're going to keep pissing people off indefinitely until they get what they want.
Right. Nobody knows what to do about it.
Yeah.
But these people are actually out there going, here, you can have my house, you can have my savings, you can have my life. I am standing.
Well,
and I'm going to stand to the last.
Well, I applaud them for that, but at the same time, I just think if it was going to make any difference, then yes, but I honestly don't think it will.
Yeah, it could get pretty bad, as far as I know.
I know.
And I mean, I got my son and my daughter. My daughter's 17, my son's 22. I mean, I don't think there's much I could do in my time, but I think for them, yeah, it's going to be a problem. You know, and maybe for their kids as well. But yeah, it does need looking at.
I can see why people do this, because they want to push forward to make people notice it more. But if they think in their way they can do it, best luck to them, you know. If they think they're in the right to do it and they'll make a difference by doing it, fair enough.
If it wasn't for people like that, things would never change for us. You know, how many years is it going to go on till my grandchildren get older? Is it going to get worse?
It's a bit over my head, actually. To me, I cannot see where it's not cost effective if they don't do this, because in the long run they're going to save in the long run. But they'll not do it because it's all money.
Repeatedly gone back onto the road. There's now court injunctions being taken out to stop them.
Yeah.
The likelihood is they may lose their houses, they may lose their savings, and they'll be blocked. They'll be put away for 2 years.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's right at all. No. Like, I really don't think that's right at all. Like, if they really want to legislate against it in some sense, then they should make an ambulance lane. And that, you know, it's only for ambulances and things, and that wouldn't be blocked. And someone who wants to drive through that lane to get to it because they're going to be late or whatever because of these people standing up for other people's rights, then they can go to prison for going in an ambulance lane.
It's very hard. It's very hard. But if they're that, I just don't know how they can chance all that, they can risk all that. Because they say everybody knows we'll have to do something about the climate. If it made any difference, I could understand it. But honestly, I don't think it is.
Unfortunately, we've got no choice but to have faith in them. I mean, we're the ones who let them in power. We're the ones who let them run the country. You've got to extend them.
Because you didn't even vote. So.
I know, but I mean, this is just the way the world works, isn't it? You've got to have a certain amount of faith in them. You have to. Otherwise, you'd be fighting a losing battle every single day, I think.
One of the methods that people say that they should take is to use vote. We wouldn't actually have a vote if people hadn't caused enough disruption to people to get it on the political agenda.
It's weird, isn't it? Because if you don't get listened to for a certain amount of time, then in the end, people just have to take direct action, because otherwise you just get completely ignored.
There is such a thing as doing a parliamentary a request for a debate in Parliament by getting a petition up. They could go down that route. They only need 100,000 signatures, and if they're that convinced of their argument, they'll get them.
British really don't like extreme actions. We get frightened, and but as they say it, this is such an essential point now. It has to be done now because there's no more waiting time. That how else do you achieve something without being extreme? I can see it from both sides. I don't know what the rights or wrongs of it are. Probably like a lot of people, I think it's a brilliant idea until it impacts my life.